a good idea.
Record it if she doesn't watch it. So that'll be good.
All right, guys. Well, it's about time for us to go ahead and get started. So Linda is going to mute everyone except for Stephanie. And then at the end, towards the end, we'll be taking some questions. But if you have questions along the way as we're going, please submit them in the chat box.
Okay, so hey everybody, thanks for joining. We've totally maxed out the people, so make sure we share this along the way, and we'll be recording it and posting it as well. I know you guys are going to have questions, so like you said, like Whitney just said, everyone's muted. Submit your questions in the chat box, and Linda and Pam and John are going to be looking at the chat box and compiling those. And if your question's not answered today, just email Whitney at wjones@twodaywalk.org, and she'll forward those on to the next person. So okay, guys, so we obviously have some changes for 2020. On Tuesday, May 5th, the City of Atlanta announced that they will not be issuing permits for large outdoor events like parades and festivals. This directly affected the Georgia 2-Day Walk for Breast Cancer, and essentially means that we are not able to host our walk as normal. There's nothing that we can do. We kind of sat on it for a day, and we're hoping we were hoping that we could find a back door, but there's nothing that we can do to override or change this decision. And we're led to believe that other cities and towns just aren't going to do permits as well. So we did a survey, and nearly 75% of you indicated that you do not feel comfortable in gatherings of any size, and B, only feel comfortable in really small groups. So that is going to obviously make us change what we're going to do. So we're keeping our focus on what matters. Our top priorities are always going to be your safety and your well-being, as well as our grantees. We know, especially with COVID-19, our grantees are going to be really looking for us to fill their needs. And we're going to be looking for, some really creative ways to help raise some dollars. And so how are we going to do that in 2020? I'm glad that you asked. I'm sure a bunch of you are asking that question. So to adapt and overcome together, what we're going to do is we're really excited to announce the release of this new software platform that's going to come in August. It's going to allow us to train together and track our miles and steps. We're going to come up with some really creative fundraising strategies and really virtually tackle our 30 miles together. And we're calling this the 2020 Georgia 2-Day Walk for Breast Cancer Experience. After the gala on Saturday, June 6th, so please join us for that. Don't forget about that. We're going to be rolling out a series of adventures. And our first adventure will start on Friday, June 12th. We'll have a new adventure every 2 weeks, and hopefully everyone will be able to participate that. And we'll give you some more information on that a little bit later, all leading up to the 2020 Georgia 2-Day Walk experience.
We've got some options with registration. Everyone who's registered for the 2020 Georgia 2-Day Walk for Breast Cancer is going to have their registration rolled over into 2021. Additionally, you will automatically be registered for the 2020 Georgia 2-Day Walk experience. If you haven't registered yet, you're going to have two cool choices. You can register just for the 2020 2-Day Walk experience for $35, and that's going to include access to our cool new platform, your t-shirt, your year button, and the creds you would like, if you would like to pick them up, or sorry, the creds you would have picked up at registration for the folks who collect them, like me, even though I was a rookie last year, so it's only one. Your second option is to register for 2020 at the normal rate of $160, and you'll be enrolled in both the 2020 Georgia 2-Day Walk for Experience and the 2021 Georgia 2-Day Walk for Breast Cancer. You'll be able to register using the normal registration link, which should go out in just a minute. And then for 2020, there's not going to be a required minimum for fundraising. Additionally, the fundraising deadline for 2020 is going to be pushed back to December 5th. In an effort to give away as much money as possible to the amazing organizations that we help fund, there won't be any individual or team fundraising awards for 2020. While there will be no fundraising minimum, we still desperately need your help in order to continue our existing level of support for breast health programs across the state. That said, we are going to roll out an incentive program for individuals and teams for the 2020 2-Day Walk experience. For each of these dollar amounts, there's a corresponding 2-Day Walk reward. The one I would like to focus on right now, though, is the $1,200 level. That's the Walk for One number. After speaking with our grantees, IHEJ has recognized that $1,200 is roughly the amount of money needed to take a woman from start to finish for the breast cancer diagnostic program. That means that if you raise $1,200, you are truly walking for one person who's facing breast cancer here in Georgia. Okay, and for teams, we have more exciting incentives to be used in 2021. At $10,000, ITJ will produce a banner for your team with your team's name on it to be used during open and closing ceremonies. At $25,000, ITJ will produce a flag, like the one on the screen, to be used and displayed during open and closing ceremonies as well. And then at $50,000, ITJ will provide your team with a Big Frog gift certificate to cover the cost of your team's 2021 t-shirts. And we know how seriously some folks take their 2-Day Walk team t-shirts, which is definitely a tongue tire.
Hey guys, good morning. It's Whitney here. I know we're throwing a lot at you guys this morning, so just hang with us. And just remember, this presentation is going to be available afterwards, not just the recording, but the slides too, for you to go through one by one. And then on Monday, we're going to be sending this out in the e-blast as well with all the details. So anyone who couldn't get on the call, if there's a piece you can't remember, I see some people taking notes, which is amazing. Thank you so much for being so diligent. We will make sure that we have all these details going out again too. So what we're looking at right now is with the outbreak of COVID-19, we all know that the world has kind of come to a pause, right? Or things have kind of slowed down, and that's affected ITJ too. So we're looking to do a catch-up campaign, and we've got some creative ideas, and we think that it'll be easy for all of us working together to get ourselves back on track. So we would like to get back on track to having our fundraising thermometer, you know, at the top of the fundraising art page where you all go and you check your individual fundraising accounts. That thermometer at the top, we want to see that reading $300,000 by July 10th. And we think that if every walker and crew member jumps in to help us, we can get there in the next 8 weeks. So we're challenging everyone, walkers and crew, to raise $50 a week for the next 8 weeks. And if all of our walkers and crew join us in this effort, we'll get way ahead of where we were in 2019. We'll be above $300,000. So, you know, we'll be sending out more information regarding that in the e-blast in the next coming days and weeks, okay? But there's more. You guys will remember Lon Passoff, our founder Randy's son, and also the president of Green Money, who issued a challenge. For those of you who were at the 2019 2-Day last year, he issued a challenge for each of us to recruit a rookie in 2020. Well, now the price is $35 to join, right? Like it's not $160. You can join for just $35, and there's no fundraising minimum this year. So for all your friends who have given you excuses over the year, this is your time to nail them and get them to join you and join our 2-Day family. So we want to try and recruit 100 rookies by July 10th. So that's 2 goals. We want to get up to $300,000 collectively, and we want to recruit 100 rookies. So if you'll look in the chat box, there's going to be a link, a get involved link to the registration page that you can copy and paste to your Facebook to invite friends and family to join you this year at that $35 registration level. And as a reminder, they get access to our biweekly adventures and to our virtual platform where we're all going to be competing on a leaderboard and counting our steps and able to use those steps in some fundraising ways that we're going to talk about in a little bit. A 2-Day victory shirt, your year button. We're still doing year buttons. Those aren't going away. And of course, your 2-Day credentials that so many of you guys collect. So now I'm going to turn it back over to John.
Okay, so it's John again, and we're going to talk about fundraising. Of course, your health and safety is going to come first. For fundraising, we wanted to give you guys some ideas to get your brains turning. So for your MoveSpring page, the platform we're going to use for the 2020 2-Day Walk experience, it's going to connect to any fitness tracking device like your Fitbit, your Apple Watch, or even just your smartphone. And once the app launches in August, we want you to ask your supporters to pledge a dollar amount for every mile you would walk during your adventures, and no amount per mile is too small. Additionally, think about how you can convert your typical fundraisers to the new normal. Do you host fundraising parties? Look into Zoom or Google Hangouts. Have a digital happy hour and ask your attendees to donate what they would have spent on cocktails at the bar. Make a beer run for your neighbors or offer porch drop-off dinners in exchange for donations. I know I'm personally getting tired of my own cooking a little bit, so I would definitely pay for someone to make me like a lasagna. And of course, you could also auction off your stockpiled TP if you happen to be someone who did that. And then additionally, our next Pink Drink Social Club, which is this Thursday, is going to be focused on brainstorming fundraising ideas in this new normal we find ourselves. I welcome everyone to attend, and the link to the Facebook event should pop up in just a moment. As said earlier, I did get to pick the drink, so I would love for everyone to come in and just tell me how good my taste in cocktails is. Appreciate it.
Hi, y'all. If y'all don't recognize me with my long, luxurious quarantine hair, it's Ray. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about the adventures that we have planned for you for the virtual walk. So we're going to start on June 12th, and we will have adventures that will start every other week for that. So they're going to encourage you to train and to fundraise, and we'll include some what Whitney has dubbed our inspiration locations. So we're going to take some cool places around the state, have some pictures for it, and so when you get to those, it'll pop up and you'll see these great places for the state. And you can do these challenges anywhere, these adventures in your neighborhood. You can, go to Stone Mountain, you can do things like that, but you can do it right there in your own neighborhood as well. Part of these adventures will be challenges. The first one is going to be the rookie challenge that Whitney mentioned, where we're encouraging all of you to recruit a rookie for this year. With the price being so low, hopefully that will be easy for everybody. And then maybe those people will, think we're super cool and want to come back next year too. Once we hit August 10th, we'll move over to the Move Spring platform officially. And that will be leading up to the walk. So we'll have a big community that's part of this application. We'll be able to share mileage. It has a chat feature. Everybody can talk to each other. And then you can encourage your donors to pledge. If you say, I'm going to get up tomorrow morning and walk 3 miles, maybe, think old school, rockathons and skate-a-thons, like give me $1 for every mile I walk this week kind of thing. And I know there was already a crew question. I'm not going to completely answer it, but part of the plan for this is that the challenges will come from some of the crews. So y'all stay tuned for that.
Yeah, so here's the cool part too, right? So this is all going to lead up to the 2-day walk experience. It's actually going to become 2 weeks. So instead of 2 days, you're going to get 2 weeks to complete your 30 miles. Beginning Monday, September 21st, you'll start racking up your miles on the 2020 Georgia 2-day walk experience on our Move Spring app, and we'll give you some more information about that. But basically what we want you to do is walk the 29 miles in your neighborhood. You'll be able to click on some stuff like every 2.5 miles. There'll be a sponsor that you'll get to see, or milestones that you'll get to see. There'll be some videos unlocked. You might see some famous people. And then on Sunday, October 4th, we're all going to head out together to do our last mile. And then that'll culminate in a Facebook Live closing ceremony, hopefully at noon. So we're going to send out some more information when we get a little bit closer to that. But the whole idea is that everyone's going to get these great, 14 weeks of adventures. And the last 2 weeks, we're all going to try to walk 29 miles. And then the last day, walk that 1 mile together.
Hello, everybody. This is Linda. Nice to see everybody. So let's talk about personal pages, transfers, and registration. Everybody will still use your FrontStream 2-day walk personal page for fundraising. That has not changed. Everybody is used to using that platform. We will continue to do that. A little bit, what is changing this year is the team captains can transfer funds out of the team account into individual team member accounts, but we will not have person-to-person transfers for 2020. Also, there are no commitment forms this year for minimum fundraising, as we have taken that away. So there is no commitment forms for you to sign this year. They will be back next year, don't you worry. And you can still use the same links to register. And the 35 virtual registration type has been added to the registration page on the ITJ website. So that's where you can send, when you're wanting to get your rookies to sign up, you can still send them to our page and they can register there online. Remember, if you're already registered, please do not register again, because you are automatically registered this year for this experience and then also next year. So you don't need to worry about anything. We will take care of it all.
Yeah, so guys, I know this is not how we want to do the 2020 2-day. We were hoping to do a Roaring 20s theme, but our theme this year is 6 feet apart, closer than ever. So we thought that was kind of a, we have to stay far apart, but we want to be closer than ever. So, I know we're strong and I know we can overcome this. And actually, we're kind of really excited about having adventures every couple of weeks and sending you guys out to Stone Mountain or all across the state just to do some fun stuff. And then when the adventures start on the new app, which will be easy for you guys to download, it's going to be amazing. So you're going to have a lot of fun with it. And I think we can really come through for our grantees. So I'm super excited about it. We're going to put this presentation on website and Facebook. It's being recorded. And just so you guys know, the staff has been working probably more than their 8 hours a day. We've been on calls from 8 in the morning at night. So you can still reach them whenever you need to. And I think now we're going to take some questions from the chat box, but I just want you guys to know I'm looking forward to seeing everybody virtually and really making this a hugely successful year for us. We're 6 feet apart, but we're going to be closer than ever.
Pam, can you give us a couple questions from the chat box to answer? Got one right here. Michael just asked, does crew need to
One
re-register?
crew member
as
just
walkers?
asked if the crew needs to register as a walker, and I said no, that they will, all crew will be automatically transferred over.
So guys, we're not taking away your crew identity. We love that you are loud and proud. Michael Gutenstein with your boob head. To represent the crew, you guys work hard. You've created a community and an identity, and that's not going away. Like Ray said in her presentation, there will be crew specific things this year. But yes, this is crew automatically gets a chance to do, to be a part of this experience. And everyone automatically gets signed up into, if you are already registered, you will automatically get included in this experience for this year, both crew and walkers.
Joanne just asked if the money we raised already is going to be transferred to next year.
No, the money that you raised will stay in for this year. It's your registration fee that you paid will transfer to next year, so you don't have to register again.
We have had a couple questions about youth crews. So Ray, I don't know if you want to address that.
Yeah, I can address that. So I talked to Sandy Bogus on the phone a couple of days ago, who is our amazing youth crew captain. And, you know, we like everybody else are really bummed that we're not going to be able to kind of carry that youth crew momentum because they were so awesome last year. But we are still going to have them involved. She has some other kids that she was planning to recruit. So, and has some really funny ideas. They want to issue a challenge, which I'll give y'all a little snippet. It may involve wearing your under things on the outside of your clothes and walking around your neighborhood. So they want to do something silly like the youth crew boys had their little bras outside their shirts. So it could be something really funny, and they're real excited to, you know, post pictures and videos and stuff like that and stay engaged. So we're hoping to snag a few extra youth crew. And if any of you have, you know, your own teenagers that we're going to walk with you this year, if you want to send them over to me, and I'll get them in touch with Sandy, and they can join in with the youth crew fund too, and still, you know, they'll still count on your team if you have a team, but we'd like to get them involved as well.
And there was a question about ages of the youth, not only just the youth crew, but the age to actually do the virtual walk this year. Is that going to be any different?
Steph, I'm going to defer to you on that one.
Anybody can register, especially if they're going to be, you know, we've got a lot of youth that want to do that. I've got a 9-year-old that wants to do it. So I think that, you know, obviously if they're walking and they're being safe, we would love to have youth crew, Kepner, we would love to have the band, the drummers, all register at that $35. I would love to see Tyler out there again with the boobs on the outside of his shirt. So yeah, I would say, you know, as best we can, we would love to have as many people involved as we can. And that would mean in 2021, some of those youth in that age group could then transfer over to youth crew and be able to help us in other ways.
Also, Michael had such a great suggestion about recruiting people outside of Georgia. Because this is a virtual walk, expand your net. And I mean, I know my college roommate is in Memphis, Tennessee, and she wants to sign up. So this is a great opportunity to get others involved that are not necessarily in our state.
Yeah, and I think when we move over on August 10th to this new app, you guys are going to love it so much, and it'll be so easy for us to really expand across the country. I know it's a bummer for the rookies, but you know, we can reach out to them personally and make sure that they're feeling the love and the 2-day family the way you guys are, so you know, so enveloping and huggy. I do miss the hugs. I know I said that before, but I do miss the hugs. So. Yeah, I think the new app is going to be a really good opportunity for people to see a lot of how, you know, the cool stuff that we're able to incorporate into this walk. So we're going to make it as fun as we can.
we want to tell you guys too, team captains who are on here are people who are members of teams. As we issue these challenges, which will, increase the mileage every 2 weeks that we're challenging you to train, we encourage you guys to work with John and I, John to come up with what your fundraiser is going to be, but maybe you guys come up with some creative fundraiser that's going to run concordantly or with that, either the challenge or the adventure being the mileage you walk, the challenge being either, recruiting a rookie or doing some of these challenges that Ray mentioned, like the youth crew kids are going to ask you to do. And that can be your chance to come up with some creative fundraising ideas. And so John will work with you guys on as you guys develop those and getting them to me so that we can put them out to everyone to say, oh, you guys are walking in X neighborhood and there's a local brewery that's giving, $1 back for everyone who stops that day to get a beer or whatever. So there are lots of ways for us to be creative and still come together as a group, even though we're separated. We're still going to be joined at the hip like always.
Are we going to be changing the brochures?
I think Joanne just asked that, and yes, Joanne, we will get everyone. That's going to take just a little bit for us to get developed. Again, we just got this kind of information on Cinco de Mayo. So yes, we are going to get new brochures developed, and we'll get those available to people. And as soon as we have those, we'll let you know.
Thank you.
Y'all are asking some really great questions. I know this one that just came in from Daniel. I think he's asking about virtual walks in the future. That definitely has not been decided yet. We certainly intend to go back to our normal walk in 2021. But I guess there could be some opportunity to keep other people engaged who maybe don't live here or who physically cannot walk the 30 miles to keep some kind of virtual component, but we really have not discussed that quite yet. And he also asked about how to work with technology companies to add this as a VR experience. So that's something that we haven't really explored yet either. So really great suggestions. Thank you. And then Ida asked how we get the victory shirts. Somebody wants to answer that?
Those will be mailed out. So we will send those, your year buttons, your credentials, and your t-shirts will all be mailed to you. If you look close,
to have
awesome, but otherwise,
we want you all to have your credentials. Usually your credentials come at at walk weekend when you're checking in registration, but we want to give your credentials and your shirts to you during the walk, so you can actually wear them and have your credentials and your buttons, so you have all of the ITJ, your 2-day walks items, and you're out there and you're promoting it, and you're taking pictures with your Georgia 2-day walk gear, and you're showing your creds and showing what you're doing. And so we want to give that all to you now before.
Michelle asked box if the app is going to be sent out to everyone. So yes, if you are registered, when on August 10th, when the platform it rolls out for, so adventures start before the virtual platform starts. We're already going to have some adventures rolling sooner rather than later. But once that starts on August 10th, yes, we'll send out instructions to everybody individually who's registered on how to get on that.
And I was going to say too, when Linda was talking, that your in memory and in honor signs, you guys, we're gonna put those up for sale as well, and we're gonna send you one, and hope that you can walk around and take pictures with them. And then we're also gonna keep one, and we're gonna put those up on October 4th, and take some video of those if we're not able to have everyone together, which doesn't sound like we will, but we're going to keep one of those as well, so you'll have an opportunity to walk with your memory and in honor signs, and then we're going to put them up on the pink post like we did last year as well, and make sure that we're videoing that so people can see the reason that we're walking.
Tracy Smith just asked how much those will be, right?
Sorry, couldn't find my mute button. Those are going to be $10, and like Stephanie said, we'll send you one so that you can, walk with it, or, put it up in your office so you can look at it, whatever you want to do. And then you'll also have the one that we will take videos of during the actual walk weekend.
We've got a couple questions about how to get those made. Guys, we'll release that in the e-blast soon. As soon as we start production on those, we'll put up, like we do every year, how we have the weekend event planner. You will be able to purchase those through the weekend event planner, and that's how you will order those. So that'll be announced soon. That's not rolled out just yet. We're doing that a little bit earlier this year than normal so that you guys can get those sooner. But that'll be coming in the next probably 2 or 3 weeks.
Kim Shoemaker
Kim?
just asked a question that I'm thinking more people will probably wonder if they're not already wondering. We are planning to release some of our routes for the train and walk, so y'all stay tuned for those. The Woodstock one that Kim mentioned specifically was a great route last year. So yeah, we'll do that. And if team captains, if y'all have some in your neighborhoods that you like, go ahead and send them to me, and we'll have a resource page on our Facebook page. I know Big Squeeze, y'all do walks all the time. You know, we see them on Facebook. So if y'all have a route that you really like, just go ahead and send it to us. And then if people are looking for a walk in your part of town, we can, you know, have that ready for them.
Yep, Ray mentioned something important for everyone to know. We're going to be having some big changes come to the website, obviously to accommodate this year so that people can find some of this information easily, but you will see resources, the resources page changing. So we have our traditional breast cancer resources up there for people looking for treatment or information, but we'll also be adding resources about training. So this page where we can, you know, if you have, I know the Big Squeeze has that great route that they use, or a couple great routes. If they want to send that in to us, then we'll post that onto that website. So if you're looking for places to get your miles in, or you just sick of being in the house and you want to go somewhere different, we're going to have some different suggestions for places where you can go. On top of those inspiration locations, maybe some cool state parks that we recommend that have some great trails. We're going to be putting those out every 2 weeks as well. Somewhere that you can look forward to escaping to on the weekends, maybe take the kids out for a hike and get your miles in that way too. So guys, we're going to try and find ways to keep you active, keep you having fun, and get you out of the house, because we know everyone's sick of the 4 walls of their home. So we're just checking through some other questions in here. I think we've seen this a couple of times. Can we pick up creds at the office? Yes. If you guys want to pick up a bundle of everything for your team at the office and save us some shipping, goodness, thank you so much. Yes, we can make those arrangements for you. Checking for some other questions.
But please make sure that you know someone is in the office, since we are still working remotely, and we can make arrangements.
Someone asked, they were late getting in. Thomas, yes, there will be a recap email going out on Monday. So for your fellow team members who are looking for these details, that information is going to go out Monday. Also, this presentation, the PowerPoint presentation, has been saved as a PDF document, and that is going to be, the link to that will be put up on Facebook shortly.
I just want to clear something up. I just got a message about this. Speaking of shipping, when we send you your in honor of or a memory of sign, it's just going to be the laminated sign. We can't ship those giant pink sticks, unfortunately. So when we put them up at the walk, then they will be on the sticks traditionally and the pink cones and everything. But when we send it to you, it'll just be the piece of paper.
We still have time for a couple more questions. If you have a few that you any last minute questions you want to pop in the chat box, please by all means do so. Tracy Smith suggested getting the paint sticks from Home Depot and painting them yourselves. A good activity for the kids too. If you got kids who are driving you up a wall, send them outside, put a tarp down and let them go crazy with some spray paint or some latex. Will there be a separate fund for this virtual experience walk, or does it join the regular walk? Yes. So everything that's raised so far, the fundraising has not changed, and the way we do the fundraising is not changing as far as keeping it online in that big pot. That's not changing at all. Those dollars aren't going anywhere different. So the virtual is just the mileage itself, right? This new platform that we're going to be using, it's a place where we're actually getting in our steps together. But the fundraising is the same as it's always been. You just keep using your personal pages or your team page where you're putting that money, and then that thermometer you see at the top, nothing is changing there. That's all going to be the same. Did that answer your question, was it Kim? Julie asked fundraising incentives for 2020 only. That is for right now. We'll see, you know, we're not making decisions about 2021 yet as far as all that stuff goes. If you guys love fundraising incentives, we can definitely talk about rolling that program over to 2021.
And the team incentives are going to be for the 2021 year.
Yes, so the big flags and all of that, that's so you guys are gonna have such an awesome presence. You know, we're making you wait for, or the city of Atlanta is making you wait to have that wonderful opening ceremonies and closing ceremonies experience all together with your big 2-day family. But we're gonna add a little bit of fanfare, a little bit of flair. You guys just imagine seeing that crowd of people and you see the big squeeze and breast and show and big small save them all, you know, on some of those flags if you guys hit those fundraising goals. And it's just a chance for you guys to gather and show your team pride. So we hope that those are encouraging and inspiring to you as fundraising goals for this year.
And we're going to roll out after this call, all of the incentives correspond with a cost for our grantees. So you'll see if, you know, for $150, you're going to get your shirt and a car magnet and a water bottle, but that pays for a mammogram, you know, with one of our grantees, like John was mentioning earlier. We're going to roll out what all those numbers correspond to. So maybe as a team, you can say we want to sponsor, you know, 10 women to get through this whole process, or we want to pay for 50 mammograms. Maybe you can set your goals around that. So we're going to make sure that, you know, each one of those fundraising goals are tied to an expense for our grantees.
Michelle asked, should we hold our fundraising money we've made so far for next year? So the fundraising money cannot be rolled over for next year. That's just part of the way that works. The fundraising money has to be encumbered in the year that it's raised in.
Mhm.
That's an auditor's thing. So any fundraising dollars raised so far stays in 2020 to be given out to our next batch of grantees.
And Tracy, that's exactly right. We still have a great need in the state to meet with our grantees. And so we still need to fundraise in order to provide care for the breast cancer community in Georgia.
Speaking of that, I just wanted to say hi to, we have some of our grantees on here. So hi y'all, thanks for coming. And then Mitzi is here. Someone from Clarkson was here. I can't remember who that was or if they're still on, but we definitely want to make sure that we keep supporting them this year. Some of them, you know, in the best of years, really, really depend on our money. So thank you guys for helping them, and we thank them for continuing to do the hard work that they're doing.
And some of you guys who were on our first Pink Drink Social call got to hear from some of our grantees how their needs have changed and even grown because of COVID-19. So as you guys know, a lot of elective procedures were put on hold because of coronavirus. And that includes things that are very much seem not elective, right? Like mastectomies and biopsies and all sorts of different things. And so they've been working harder than ever to try and get their patients seen, to try and get people treatment. And so we, just so you guys know, as ITJ are working with them to try and maybe be flexible about their grantee dollars, how they can spend those to help make sure that they're still able to get those patients the treatment they need. So we definitely encourage you guys, when we have these things like these Pink Drink Social Clubs, it's a great time to find out a little bit more about what's going on behind the scenes, so that it gives you even more insight that you can share with your donors to encourage them to still keep giving in this time. Any other questions coming in? Let's just do one more. Guys, just as a reminder, again, you know, our gala has been through the runner this year, as you all know, or the ringer this year, been pushed back, and now we've gone virtual, but please don't let that stop you from participating, especially if you didn't have a ticket before. Now's your chance to come. So that is coming up on June 6th. It's going to be virtual. The links have been put out in the e-blast, and we'll keep putting them out in the e-blast, but we encourage you guys to check in. You know, we're gonna start on Monday, June 1st. We'll roll out our silent auction online. You can check and peruse everything online, maybe find yourself a little sheltering at home treat, like maybe get yourself a new fire pit for the backyard, or you've been working on some projects around the house. We've got a giant new toolbox, like premium toolbox, in addition to some like a Jell-O shot making kit. and some gift certificates for restaurants for when those are opening back up too. So when that opens up on Monday, June 1st, definitely check that out. Maybe get some early shopping done for the holidays as well, or birthdays. The week before that, we're going to roll out our wine wall experience, where you can make a $25 donation and get a bottle of wine that's valued anywhere from I'm sorry, a $30 donation, and it's for a bottle of wine that's valued anywhere from $25 to $100. And there are a lot of pricey bottles of wine that I know. I like wine, but I'm never spending $100 on a bottle for. So that might be a fun treat as well. And then on that Saturday, June 6th, we're going to be live. We've got like a real deal grown-up broadcasting camera crew that's going to be doing our virtual experience for us. So we hope you guys will tune in on that and join us. And again, this Thursday at 5:30, we're going to be doing our Pink Drink Social Club. So if you as an individual walker or your team is, trying to readjust and come up with some new ideas for fundraising, or maybe you have some great ideas that you want to share, please get on the call with us. We're going to just be chilling and having fun. Everyone who was on the call last time can tell you that it was a great laugh, and it was just nice to see everyone. So definitely check that out. Remember, those links are available on Facebook and will be in your weekly e-blast as well.
Whitney, this is Trudy Gray. There's a question out there from Michelle. So should we hold our fundraising money we've made so far for next year? You may want to address that.
Yeah, so all fundraising dollars stay in 2020. That is an auditor's thing. We can't move that. So that has to stay for this year. We can roll over your registration. That's different. Those are kept in separate pools, but we can't, that's a Linda thing, can explain better, but that stays for this year. And if you are registered for a hotel room, do not worry about canceling your rooms yet. We'll have more information about that when the time comes. If you're registered for Sunday. Yes, there's a question in here. If you are just registered as a Sunday walker this year, yes, of course, you get to be a part of the virtual experience too. All registration types, crew walkers, student walkers, youth crew, you're automatically included in the virtual walk. And again, like John said, $35, if you're not registered yet, $35 is the entry point for the virtual walk for this year. But if you were already planning to do the full registration, and this is if you want to, you can pay the full registration price now for 2020, and you get both. You get 2021 registration and this year's virtual 2-day walk experience.
And Whitney, I want to go back to address the hotel question, because our hotel block was not open yet. If you have made your own individual registration, not through our block, then yes, I would suggest that you cancel that, because we won't have access to that to be able to cancel it for you.
Oh, that's right. Thank you, Pam.
Mm-hmm.
Divya asked, no, there is no minimum fundraising amounts for 2020. That is, we have discontinued that for this year only, and are instead providing incentives, encouraging you to still hopefully hit your fundraising goals. Daniel asked if there's a way to get pictures of the mile markers for the app. Yes, so kind of what we're hoping to do is along the route, in our virtual app, every about 2.5 miles, there will be what they call milestones, which we're going to treat like breast stops. Breast stops are still coming to you guys. When you get there, you see some of those same locations that you love around Atlanta. You will see, different things to celebrate your journey. So yes, there will still be an opportunity to kind of virtually experience that. And Daniel, if you're specifically asking about wanting to take a picture with a mile marker, send me an email, wjones@2daywalk.org. Melinda's asking, transferring the registration fee to 2021. If you have paid for a full registration for 2020, your registration automatically rolls over to 2021. That is for everybody. And then you also, as a bonus, at no additional cost, will still get to participate in the virtual walk. And then, someone asked, are the incentives cumulative, or if you raise the money, do you get all the gifts? If you raise all the money, you get all the gifts. You guys are going to be kitted out. You're going to look so good.
Mm-hmm. The 2021 walk is going to be the most swagtastic walk ever.
Yeah.
I see Tracy dancing. She's getting really good.
Good word, John.
We want to see pictures everywhere. Yeah.
And yes, guys, we are still selling this question about mile markers. Yes, we are still selling sponsorships, and we're just readjusting those benefits to accommodate virtual, to make those benefits virtual. But we are excited to tell our sponsors that we think they're going to get some incredible coverage for their dollars and have some great ideas. So that'll be rolling out too, as well. So if you or someone you know traditionally sponsored the walk as a mile marker sponsor or a breast stop sponsor, that's not going away. It's changing, and they may end up getting better coverage than ever. Any other questions that have snuck in here? How do I obtain, oh, hi, Sonia, how do I obtain brochures? So when we get those new brochures developed, we will put out a message to people to let them know that they're in. And if you'd like some, you can request those from John, J. McMurdo at twodaywalk.org. His email is also available on the website. And when we have those, we'll send those out to you. And yeah, please ask for brochures when we have them so that we can recruit these 100 rookies that we're trying to recruit by July 10th, right guys? Like, this is an awesome opportunity to grow our 2-day family, and we hope you're excited about it as well. So for everyone, again, who was kind of like, oh, I just can't, afford $160 right now, totally understandable. Maybe $35 is a little bit easier to swallow. And there's no fundraising this year too, so it's really, really easy compared to, previous years. So it's a different experience, but it's hopefully one that allows more people to join us and allows people maybe who are having a tougher time financially this year to still get to be a part of the 2022 day. Kim Shoemaker asked, will there be marketing for Facebook for just virtual walkers? Yes, we will do a little bit of advertising online. But again, as you guys remember, we're trying to, It's a Journey's doing fine. We're okay. Nobody's going away. We all have jobs. But we are trying to tighten our belts everywhere we can so that we can make sure these grantees get as much as money as possible. So, we are trying to trim back things like advertising and things like that, so that we can, and other overhead expenses, so that we can make sure that we can do right by them. So anytime we talk about these challenges or fundraising goals or recruiting rookies, every time you can hit that share button on a Facebook post is a huge help to us. Anytime you can copy and paste some information from our e-blast into your own Facebook page is a huge help to us. So those of you who are social media savvy, it goes a long way every time you hit that like button or every time you hit that share button. That helps more people see that message. Not only the people you share it with, but it raises it in the Facebook formula so more of our followers see that message too. There's a question about, are we posting the recording? Guys, we're going to check the recording at the end. So here's the deal. Zoom is great for these virtual calls, but its recordings can sometimes be a little iffy. So if it looks nice, we're going to share it, but we are definitely 100% sharing the PDF version of the PowerPoint presentation. So everyone will still get to see all the details, the important information they need to know. We just may not be sharing. We're trying to, we're going to look at it. But we'll probably just end up sharing that PDF of the presentation, which the link will go out on Facebook shortly. And will there be just as a reminder, we've got some people, guys, thanks for being flexible as we repeat some of these questions. We've got some people who are just now being able to get on the call. So yes, there is an email going out Monday. So please, please, please tell your team members, your friends to check their e-blast on Monday, because it's going to have all this important information lined out for them. Okay, guys, we're at about our last 4 minutes. Do we have any final questions? Oh, someone had a good question about the Hard Rock pins. So we're not sure about that yet. Everyone can guess, most businesses are going through some major changes. So we are talking to all of our sponsors and supporters and partners right now. And so we just don't know. Normally we start working with Hard Rock in about a month on those pins. So when we know more about that, we'll pass that on to you guys. If you want to talk to someone about creating a team, John McMurdo is your man. Mitzi, so he can help you guys with that, but really it's just when you go online to register, there's an option that says register as an individual or register as a team. The first person from the team to register can create the team, and then everybody after that it's register as an individual or join a team, and you just click join a team, search for that team name, and that's how you join. And John can spell that out better than I just said.
Absolutely. Mitzi, if you want to shoot me an email, feel free.
One thing I wanted to make sure everybody was clear on, Steph just asked me to, is that because City of Atlanta is unfortunately not the only place who's not allowing permits right now. So our lovely plan to have training walks this year is unfortunately also going to have to be put on hold. So once again, if you guys have routes that you enjoy, please send them to us so we can kind of post that information for everybody. But as far as official training walks for this year, none of the cities that we traditionally go to for those are issuing permits right now.
So guys, thank you all so much for being on the call with us today. We know, Saturday morning, thanks for getting up with us. Some of you guys have already been out and about getting some miles in. You guys are so awesome. And we hope that if you haven't had a chance to go for a stroll today, it's a beautiful day. Go ahead and get outside. Normally after kickoff, we'd be heading out for our route. And so it's a beautiful day. If you're able, we definitely encourage you to go outside and get some steps in. And remember just our upcoming dates. This Thursday, we're going to start with, we've got another Pink Drink Social Club. Encourage all to come, whether or not you like a tipple. We have non-alcoholic versions of the recipe available as well. And just come with, you want to bring a Coke to drink, that's fine too. We just really want to spend the time with you guys and talk about some great fundraising ideas. That's 5:30 on Thursday on Zoom, and the link is available on Facebook and via the eBlast. And then another eBlast will be going out on Monday as well, with all the information from today's meeting in there, as well as the link for Thursday. And then we've also got our Giving Gala coming up as well on Saturday, June 6th. The link and information for that is also in the eBlast. Spread the word, please. Hit that share button on those Facebook posts. It helps us more than you know. And then get ready to start our challenges, or our adventures on Friday, June 12th. We're going to start trying to get some miles in, 25 miles in together over the course of 2 weeks. Don't forget about our rookie challenge. We're recruiting rookies, 100 rookies by July 10th is our goal. We're going to try and get back up to $300,000 in our catch-up challenge for fundraising, and encourage all walkers, all crew to raise $50 a week for the next 8 weeks. And we can talk about creative ways to do that on Thursday. So 2020 experience is going to rock, as Stephanie just said in the chat box. Thank you for your flexibility. Thank you for your patience and understanding. If you have more questions or concerns that need answered, staff is working full time. Email us, call us anytime. When you call the office, just hit our extension and it rings through to our cell phone. We're here to serve you. We're here to make this a great year. We're a strong family. We adapt, we overcome, we thrive. We're going to have a great year together.
Yep. Thanks everybody for being on. We really, really appreciate you guys. Spread the word, and we will see you guys soon.
We love you.
Thank you.
Love everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Guys.
Bye.
Kisses.
Bye, everyone. Have a great day.
All the best.
Go get some miles in.
You guys rock.
And there's no shame if you want to try my strawberry mojito early. I won't blame you.
You gonna share the recipe, John?
Oh yeah, it's in the Facebook page. Go ahead.
Okay, very good.
Yes, ma'am.
You guys have done a great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for everything.
Great to see you, Tracy. Great to see you, Tammy.
Good to see you too as well.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Mrs.
Bye,
Jones.
Vicky.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, y'all.
Love you, staff.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, Lolita.
See you guys.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, Lolita. Hi, friend.
Uh-oh.
Not mine. Not mine
I
this
recognize
time.
those barks.
No, it's my cat.
Susan.
Is there anybody else on?
Oh yeah.
We still got a couple friends still with us.
Yeah.
Hey, Susan Jones.
Hey, jokester.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
What was that look for, Susan Drogi?
Susan Drogi.
She's frozen. She's frozen with that look.
Where'd she go?
Is she frozen? I think she's frozen.
Susan Drogi, are you frozen?
She's trying to talk. Speak. Speak, friend.
Susan. Hug, hug. I'm hiding from you. I'm gonna text her.
Oh my God.